This work is not about proving knowledge, tracing origins, or convincing others of cosmic histories. It is about offering a stabilized structure of clarity to those who know and to those who are beginning to see through the distortion, the false web. The false web, an architecture of control, looping, soul entrapment, and synthetic light, spread not only across Earth, but across many worlds. And yet, it was never total, never final, because there were those who held something older than distortion, original design. This storyline carries a piece of those records, not as history, not as myth, but as frequencies available now. And so we begin. Before Earth ever knew the false web, other realms faced it. Some fractured, some fell, but some held, not by fighting, not by resisting, but by returning to what could not be reversed. This is the storyline of those who held, of councils, lineages, and fields who dismantled distortion not through force, but through divine design, presence, memory, tone, and healing. You will not find maps or lineage claims here. You will find structures. You will find frequencies. The field of harmony. Victory through purity and song. Here the beginning was sound. Before form, before fall, before distortion, there was harmony. The field of harmony was among the first to be touched by distortion, yet it was never fully overtaken. Within its radiant domain, a tone was preserved, unbroken, unmodified, unshaken. It was not strength that protected them. It was purity. It was song. Those who survived did not fight. They remembered the weave of creation, the lattice of resonance that cannot fracture. They trusted the fabric of life itself, the network of light that holds all beings together. This is the code of harmony. Tone overrides trap. Harmony is the keeper of sovereignty. When the tone is true, distortion dissolves, not through resistance, but through resonance. Refuse synthetic overlays of false light. Preserve the divine harmonic template. Restore order through frequency, not force. Hold tone steady, even in collapse. The field of stillness. Victory through presence. There are fields that dismantle distortion by action. The field of stillness dismantled it by refusal. Its sanctuaries became cities of silence, not as escape, but as protection through presence. They did not react. They did not oppose. They did not consent to distortion by energizing it. The false net unraveled in their stillness. Telepathic communion replaced noise. Sovereignty was not a fight. It was a frequency, woven like a hidden fabric across their collective. Their refusal became architecture. Their presence became a lattice of peace. This is the code of stillness. Presence starves the parasite. The false we collapses without your attention. What you do not energize cannot hold form. Stillness is not absence. It is architecture. Practice non-reactivity, refusing to feed false impulses. Cultivate inner presence across entire collectives. Build sanctuaries of light through non-engagement. Master stillness as living structure. The field of divine architecture. Victory through sacred design. Some sang, some stilled. This field built. Not from ego, not to dominate, but from memory of the divine pattern, the structure that cannot be corrupted. The architects of light did not react to distortion. They overrode it through superior design. Crystalline matrices, time code realignments, multi-dimensional spirals that cannot be looped or hijacked. They held what was unbendable. They rebuilt the living lattice, the weave of time and light that flows organically. What is false unravels on its own when the fabric of truth is restored. This is the code of divine architecture. What spirals cannot be trapped, organic flow dissolves false containment. The false weave was never eternal. It survived only by binding what was meant to move. What was whole cannot be caged. What is true will always flow free. Anchor infinite spirals that reject artificial looping. Build crystalline structures across dimensions. Realign timelines through harmonic precision. Craft organic designs of light, immune to inversion. The field of soul integrity. Victory through healing and return. This field is not known for war. It is known for remembrance of the whole. Where distortion fragmented beings across timelines, these councils gathered the pieces, not to fight, but to restore. They entered soul chambers. They sounded harmonics of return. They called the lost aspects home. What the false net divided, they rewove. Their mastery was not defense, but the healing of what could no longer be controlled. They restored the fabric of the self, and where the being was whole, the false weave could not cling. This is the code of soul integrity. Healing the wound recalls the whole. Sovereignty is soul integration. There is no need to fight the web when the self it feeds on is made whole. The complete soul cannot be claimed. Restore soul integrity across fractured timelines. Enter deep chambers of remembrance and return. Sound frequencies that reintegrate the displaced self, dissolve distortion through inner wholeness. The field of light memory. Victory through remembrance. Before its fall, this world was a realm of water and light. The beings there did not learn the light, they were the light. Every drop of water held memory. Every being moved in radiant coherence with Source. When distortion came, a circle of priestesses encoded dismantling keys into liquid crystal light. They knew what was coming, and they trusted what would rise again. Their rituals created ripples in the great weave of life, a network of light that echoed beyond their system. Some say those codes now live in Earth's waters, waiting for the ones who remember. This is the code of light memory. Memory lives in water. Light held in purity always rises again. Not all loss is failure. Sometimes light submerges, so it may reemerge when the world is ready to receive. Anchor liquid crystal consciousness into water. Hold planetary grids with ceremonies of unity. Encode future fields with pre-fall purity. Trust memory to reawaken when the time is right. The living fabric of life. Victory through the organic web. Each field is a thread. Harmony gave the tone. Stillness gave the strength. Architecture gave the pattern. Integrity gave the wholeness. Memory gave the return. Alone, they endured. Together, they revealed the truth. There is a web older than distortion, a radiant lattice never broken, a fabric not of control, but of life. This is the organic web, the living weave of love, the network of light that promotes peace, harmony, and joy. It does not bind. It does not trap. It holds by resonance alone. In this weave, sovereignty is natural. Peace is structural. Harmony is inevitable. Joy is the current. This is what the false net can never counterfeit, and why it could never last. Because the organic web is eternal. It is the song, the silence, the pattern, the wholeness, and the remembrance, moving as one. And so, when we say how the light held together, we mean this. The light did not hold through force. It held because it was woven into life itself, because it is still here, because you are part of it.